6 minutes gone past the hour of 9 o'clock. We'll be discussing tonight. Yeah, this morning, in the political update segment of the breakfast show, we want to as to the APC, how that has ended Southeast marginalization in terms of national politics. Okay, let me read that story to you. Political marginalization of the Southeast in Nigeria's national politics. Speaking at the Michael Okpara Square, Enugu on Tuesday during the ceremony where Governor Mba formally joined the APC from the All Progressive from the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Shetima commended the governor's decision as a national politics. The event was attended by several high-profile dignitaries. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, Governors Hope Uzodinma of Imo State and Francis Nwifuru of Ebonyi State, as well as former Senate President. The Vice President also announced that Governor Mba has become the leader of the APC, fit fully from federal program that his development and pull. So that is that as per what the Vice President said, yesterday. When I got across to this story, Ibuku, when I got across two-man, of the country, Vice President Kashim Shettima, you can't because of course it is understandable. Nigerians, please, I want us to participate in this. Okay. It is understandable that yes, the Southeast has been marginalized politically in terms of national. Ironsi, who was also one of the vibrant person back in the days, during the military dictatorship in this country, and ever since then, one begins to wonder, is it that it is not the birthright of people from the Southeast to be presidents, people from the Southeast to take up national leadership in the country? Is it that it is not their birthright? Because what the Vice President said yesterday, with due respect, His Excellency, what he said yesterday, according to what the nation, according to the report, the Vice President said that the Igbo, are the Jews of Nigeria, a resilient and resourceful people. Sadly, one of the most vibrant parts of this nation has been on the margins of national politics. He went on to say that, but with the coming of Governor Mba, Uzodinma, and Nwifuru, Igbo have now returned to mainstream. Now, what the Vice President, what I deduced from what he said yesterday was that the reason why Igbos have not been in mainstream politics was because they've not been in the ruling party of that particular administration. I want to say this, that the Vice President shouldn't have said this at all. Okay, if he really wants, he shouldn't have said this, because back in the days of timber and caliber from the Southeast, who were from the Southeast, we had people who participated majorly in national politics. Let's take the likes of Chuba Okadibo. Chuba Okadibo was the former president, was a vibrant leader in the National Assembly. Chuba Okadibo. After Chuba Okadibo, we have somebody again from the Southeast, Evans Ewerem, Ken Namani. Ken Namani was the Senate president during the time of Obasanjo. We knew the tough time Ken Namani had with President Olusegun Obasanjo for standing firm in refusing Olusegun Obasanjo from not getting a third term bid. So I'm coming. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm coming. The people from the southeast, politicians from the southeast, they've always been in mainstream politics. It's just that opportunities have not presented themselves to take, the presidency. It's just that they have not really prepared themselves well enough.
That is what I was
Yeah,
expecting you to
they've not
say.
really prepared themselves well enough to take a leadership, because
Yes.
power is not given,
It is not given.
power is taken. So just as the northerners, just as they are grabbing power, just as people from the south, west.
If the APC they really want progress, they should put it to action. This is what they want. They
Yes.
want. They are just every time they keep saying there is no marginalization.
They are suffering marginalization.
That is it. Why did they even want it? Maybe some more southeast they only focus on their business.
Yeah.
If they really want this presidency and all of it, they should put it into act.
I totally
Because
agree with
most southeast are in APC
Yeah.
already for how many years?
you. Guys, thank you very much. We like
So,
I said before. Because please continue. Let me.
So
hear
they can't give a representative to lead or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
They don't have any representative. They can't bring out any representative, and they keep saying they lack marginalization.
Yeah. I would blame the reason why the southeast have not grabbed power at the center. I would blame this leadership, this rotation that was conceived by the People's Democratic Party. When they said power rotation, yeah, they call it power rotation. I will blame the People's Democratic Party for that, because now, if we really want to follow rotation of presidency in this country,
Okay.
when we came into democracy full time in 1999, we had a Yoruba person who was the president, former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Okay, now after Obasanjo, finished his 8-year tenure, a northerner was brought in person of Musa Yaradua. But Musa Yaradua did not finish his his tenure. God bless his soul. May his soul rest in peace. He was, he was taken to the hospital, and is now late. He didn't finish up his tenure. Now, when Yaradua was in power, his vice president, Goodluck Jonathan, due to the doctrine of necessity, Jonathan came into power. He took over from Yaradua, and an election was contested, and Jonathan won. Now, that was South. South has had a fair share of Nigeria's leadership in terms of democracy. Now, this power rotation of a thing, when Jonathan left, it is now the turn of those in the north. President late Muhammadu Buhari came in power. He was the president for 4 years. He contested for another 4 years. Now the north, they've gotten their full term. Now, in all of our 25 years of democracy in Nigeria, the northerners have had democratic rule for 6 years. Sorry, for 10 years, because Muhammadu Buhari was president for 8 years.
Yes.
Late Musa Yaradua was president for, let's just say, 2 years. That's 10 years.
Okay.
Now, that is that for the north. They've had 10 years of democratic rule out of 25 years of democratic rule. Now, the Yoruba, those from the south, southwest, Olusegun Obasanjo was president for 8 years. He did it very well. After that, now we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who have been clamoring to be president since 1999, since he was governor of Lagos State. Now, 8 years of Obasanjo, and now this is 2 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, if you put 8 years of Obasanjo and 2 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that's 10 years.
10 years.
So Now the equation is now balanced between the north and the southeast and the southwest. The equation is balanced. Now, what are the people of the southeast? What are they doing? Because the southeast, I don't see any vibrancy from them.
From them, that's it.
I was expecting somebody from the southeast to rise up. Now, Obi attempted it.
Yes.
Obi attempted it in 2023.
2023.
That would have been a perfect opportunity.
Opportunity for them.
That would have been a perfect opportunity for the southeast to grab power at the center. But due to the selfishness of some leaders in the southeast, they did not support Obi.
That is where I am coming from in particular.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Before let's say 2023 when Obi came out for presidency. I made mention of something this morning.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I'm not supposed to make mention of that.
Okay.
But I want to emphasize something on that.
Please do.
Why do people from the southeast?
Yeah.
Why didn't they stand up for Obi? Do you know somebody? This is your first time somebody is coming from southeast, and nobody from that place is coming out to support Obi.
Oh, Peter Obi. Yeah.
Peter Obi. Do you understand? That is where I'm coming from. That those people that were in APC for 2 years from the southeast, what have they done for the people of the southeast? That can give them this courage, that can give them this trust to say, okay, they want to bring one representative for them to be the president.
For an opportunity for them to be.
That is it. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
We should look at it from that angle. I wanted to say something before this. Why do you even think these governors that are moving from PDP to APC? Is it about the party, or it is about Nigerian? Like, I want us to. I'm not diverting, but the real point is, why are they moving from PDP to APC? Is it about the party? Is PDP not strong enough? Why are they moving from PDP to APC?
Let me give you the reason. According to the defector, that's Governor Peter Mba, His Excellency the Governor of Enugu State. According to him, let me give so that we are saying. Earlier in his remarks, that was a story from The Nation. Earlier in his remarks, Governor Mba described his defection as a collective decision of the people of Enugu State, whom he said had resolved to align with the political center for the state's progress. He said today marks new beginning, the end of years of being on the sidelines. Mba said, "This is the day we choose to take our destiny in our own hands and chart a new political course for Enugu State and the entire Southeast. We are now renewed in progress and committed to moving forward." Now, this is the best way he can tell the people why he's defecting. He's defecting so that they can get attention from the center. He's defecting so that small projects from the center can come to the state. But in all essence, I would like to say this, because when our politicians, when they talk sometimes, they talk as if they are talking to people who are not learned. You cannot tell me that the reason why you are defecting from from PDP to APC is to get federal attention from attention to your state. That is one of the lowest form of telling the people the reason why you are defecting.
When you have a lot of opportunities for you to.
You have federal allocation every month.
That is it.
What have you done with the federal allocation that has been given to you? Every month, states share money from derivation account, from money gotten from crude oil or whatever.
What is it used to?
What have you done with it? Is it now that your state will get more attention now that you've decamped from PDP to APC? Is it now? Are you now telling me now this is now the time that your state?
I want to tell you something to that. You see, many politicians, they switch their parties in Nigeria to protect their position. their own position, what they are contesting for. That is why they used to switch, not because of
That is
reason why they want.
that is why I say that politicians in this country, they are all for their own selfish
That is
interest.
it.
They don't have the people at heart. Now you cannot tell me that Delta State has improved more when the governor of the state decamped from PDP to APC. What is the level of development that
Look
has come
at
into
University of
Delta State?
Nsukka.
Okay.
Look at it.
Okay.
A lot of things that need to be amended,
Mm-hmm.
and he keep insisting that he wants. There is no development there.
Yeah.
There is no development. We are okay. Let's apart from the cities. There are some places. There are some areas, undeveloped areas that are not. That needs to be. That needs to be. Yeah, that is it.
That need attention from the
That
government.
is it.
Now, I want to say. I'm saying something earlier. Now, the governor of Delta State, His Excellency Sheriff Oborevore, cannot tell me that his state has improved more since he left the PDP to the APC.
APC.
What level of development has he brought to the state now that he's a
He has
bona fide member of the APC?
APC.
What level of development can Delta people, because I'm from Delta State,
Okay.
what level of development can the people of Delta say, oh, since Governor Sheriff Oborevore has decamped from the PDP to the APC, these are the things we are enjoying in the state.
That was what I was trying to
Is
say
it
in
not
the
the
morning.
same? Is it not the same? Is it not the same level of administration that Delta people have been, that they were before? What is that new thing? What is that new thing that Sheriff Oborevore has
done.
brought into Delta State since he cross-carpeted from PDP to APC? What is that new thing that other governors who were in the opposition party have brought to the table since they left PDP to the APC? Now, the governor of Imo State, I mean, he must be commended because he is the chairman of the APC, of the Progressive Forum. That's the governor of all the governors in the APC. Now, since the governor of Imo State cross-carpeted from the APC from the PDP to the APC, what is the improvement of life on the people of Imo State rather than the latest increments of worker salary from what it used to be to 104,000 naira? How would that salary, how will it be sustained when the governor leaves office? At least he was elected 2 years ago. When the governor leaves office, what is the level of seriousness? What is that framework that has been put in place to ensure that 104,000 naira will be consistently paid to workers? Because our politicians cannot just appear, at every program and tell us that the reason why we are cross-carpeting from the opposition party to the ruling party is because we want more federal attention. How many attention has Lagos State governors gotten since he became governor? Now, I want to say this, and I stand to be corrected, that it is due to laziness. I'm not saying any of our governors are lazy.
Yes.
It is due to laziness that some governors are cross-carpeting. It is due to not being winch hunted. That is why some governors are cross-carpeting. Or no, I'm not saying that any of these governors are found wanting in anything or the other, but I want to say something, that when Adams Oshomole at one time during an event, he said that when you come to APC, your sins will be forgiven. Now, immediately this man left office, Ifeanyi Okowa, the immediate past governor of Delta State, immediately he left office, EFCC came knocking on his door. Now, although I may not have in details the current, there was an allegation of fraud while he was in power. Now, immediately Ifeanyi Okowa left office, EFCC came knocking at his door. Now that this man is now a member of the APC, we've not heard any of that story again. on the pages of our newspaper. That tells you that what Oshomole said. Oshomole is the former governor of Edo State and also a one-time national chairman of the All Progressive Congress. Now, what Oshomole said when he said that once you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. Now, this has put to truth what Oshomole said, because Oshomole said that once you come to APC, your sins will be forgiven. Those now, the sins that he said, that is, if any governor is immersed in any corruption cases, once they come to APC, their sins will be forgiven. That means their corruption, whatever, will be forgotten. That shouldn't be the case of us here. That is why now, coming back to the Southeast, the vice president said yesterday that Governor Peter Mbah's defection from the PDP to the APC has marked the end of Southeast marginalization in national politics. This is not what is expected of a national leader. That's the number 2 man in the country. Of course, it is the aspiration of every political party to have more members.
Yes.
They have the right to do so. Now, if PDP are now at the center, it is the right of PDP to start wooing governors, to start wooing prominent members who were in the opposition to their party.
Yes.
It is right. But what the vice president said, I want to say it now, Vice President, Your Excellency, what you said is not healthy at all. Because you might be hurting some people out there in the Southeast. These are times where we're supposed to tread word with caution. Yes, Governor Peter Mbah has cross-carpeted. Fantastic. It was a good job that your party did. But labeling it, attaching his defection from PDP to APC shouldn't have been what should have been said. He should have just said something about the party, not bringing ethnicity, not bringing regional politics into party politics. I blame people from the Southeast for not taking the bull by the horn. Now, despite the fact that those from the Southeast, they are entrepreneurial in whatever they do. They have businesses across the length and breadth of this country, across the nooks and crannies in this country. Yes, they are established everywhere. I want to say this to the Southeast. Despite the fact that you have this business and this entrepreneurial spirit, I want to say this, that if you don't bring in this adrenaline, if you don't bring in this seriousness in your business, bring it into national politics, the Southeast will still be marginalized. People will still be taking the Southeast for granted. People will still be laughing. There will still be a laughing stock to themselves. Why? Because they are not utilizing that leadership power. Now, you made mention of Peter Obi. We made mention of Peter Obi earlier. I wanted to say that. Let me come back to that. That was going to be the golden opportunity for the Southeast to become president. But to my amazement, I was surprised that the kingpins, the political bigwigs in the Southeast, they dumped this man just for their selfish reasons. They dumped this man, and this man campaigned, across the length and breadth of this country.
Despite Ebonyi and Emo in APC.
No Southeast governor, as at that time, in 2022, 2023 electionary, no Southeast governors supported this man. None of them came out willingly to support this man. The only person that supported Peter Obi when he came to the state was Nyesom Wike. When Peter Obi came to Rivers State, because Nyesom Wike then was still the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike generously gave out facilities for Peter Obi to aid his campaign. Now, it is still a shame, and it will be a shame if opportunities present itself again for Southeast to become, for Southeasterners who are, clamoring for national politics. I don't know what the rationale would be for ADC. I don't know where Peter Obi is going next in terms of, presidency. I don't know if the man will still be in Labour Party, because during our inaugural launch, a few weeks ago, the an authority from the Labour Party did said that it is the way and manner Peter Obi treated Labour Party, that after the election, after the election, this is an allegation, so I don't know if it is true, but that this particular information I'm giving out came out from the national vice national secretary of the Labour Party, in person of Chief Innocent Okeke. He said that after the election in 2020, after the presidential election which Labour Party contested, Peter Obi failed to reach out to leadership of the Labour Party to say, "Oh, thank you very much for coming out to support me. Thank you very much for doing this, for doing that." He said that Obi never did that. So that is why Labour Party are just folded their arms to see what would be Peter Obi's next move. Now, from the body language of Peter Obi, there is a possibility that he's cross-carpeting to ADC. Now, my problem is, what chance do you think that you have? Will Atiku Abubakar relinquish his ambition, despite the fact that he said that if somebody who is his junior emerges the presidential ticket of the ADC, that is going to relinquish his ambition to whoever emerges, that is the person who is his junior. Now, again, the Southeast will be marginalized, because I want to say something, that when candidates from the North comes out for presidency,
okay,
that particular candidate will be rallied around by his brothers from the North. When PDP did their own presidential their primary, this man, the governor of Sokoto State, the former governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, he was also the former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Aminu Tambuwal, gave up his support, gave up his presidential ambition to Atiku Abubakar. That particular move by Aminu Tambuwal destroyed Wike's presidential bid. What I'm saying is that this is now a lesson for the Southeasterners if they really want to be in power again. I want to advise them that whoever is coming up as a presidential candidate in any political party, the people from the Southeast, the political bigwigs from the Southeast, should rally around that particular candidate, to support that particular candidate. Because you cannot tell me that if Obi was not given the needed support from the 5 governors, can you imagine 5 governors coming together to support Peter Obi in the last 2023 election? Can you imagine the kind of results Peter Obi will get in that election? It is because, 1, there is no support from the Southeast. 2, selfishness. The governors in that state, the political leaders in that state, they are only thinking about what they will get from the cookie jar. Everybody is gravitating towards the cookie jar. What will I get after this? Nigerian electorate, Nigerian voters must understand that politicians, they don't have you in their hearts
at all.
They don't have your interest in their hearts. The only day you become a friend to any politician is during election.
Yes. After election,
they
just after for
we all go back to the drawing board. So I am not criticizing the vice president for saying that. He has every right to say that because he's the number two man in the country. He has every right to say that Peter Mbah's defection to the APC has ended the Southeast marginalization. Now let us see. Now let us see what the APC will do. Shebi, they want people to come to their party. Virtually all the governors in the Southeast are now in the APC.
In the APC.
Thank goodness. We thank God. May God be praised. They want all the governors in the north to come to the APC. Okay. They want all the governors in the south to come to the APC. Okay. Now, after the end of Tinubu's first term, I will still come back here, God willing, and give a measurement and give the scorecard of what the APC have done to the Southeast in terms of national politics, because this word is from the vice president. He said that Peter Mbah's defection to the APC has ended Southeast marginalization. Now let's see what they're going to do with it. They've been given the scorecard. They've been given the opportunity. Now that they have all the governors from the Southeast in their bag, let us see what they're going to do. Posterity is watching us. There's a possibility that if Peter Obi does not come out, does not get any of the party's presidential, ticket, there's a possibility that the Southeast will still be regarded as non-performance in politics, in national politics, because you will know a region that is really, really yearning for national politics. Number one, through the candidates they present. Number two, through the support they give that candidate. And Peter Obi never had a candidate. Now, let me give a rundown of how those from the Southeast has fared in national politics. According to so in past and present Nigerian presidents, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, okay, let me start from the end. In October 1963 to 16th January 1966, Nigeria had their first president in person of Nnamdi Azikiwe, also from the Southeast. Another Southeasterner, became the national leaders at that time, General Johnson Agwe Ironsi, from 16th of January 1966 to 29th of July 1966. This is just barely about 6 months. Another time we had somebody. Now, okay, that was just twice. They were given the opportunity to govern this country. So Dr. Alex Ekweme, another Igbo, served as vice president of Nigeria from 1979 to 1983. Under President Shehu Shagari, his position as vice president underscores the continued political involvement of the Igbo in Nigeria. Also, Senator Evan Ewerem, who was Igbo, was elected as the president of the Senate in 1999, making the beginning of the Fourth Republic. This role placed an Igbo at the helm of one of Nigeria's legislative chambers, highlighting their significant contribution to the country's democracy. If the above submission does not dispel the notion that Igbos are systematically barred from leadership roles in Nigeria, then there is a serious problem. This was coming from a Twitter commentator I just got this morning. So, for Igbos, if they really want to be president, if they really want to be at the helm of national politics in terms of being the president of this country once again, after the likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe and Johnson Aguiyi Ironsi, the Igbos must put in the level of energy they put in their business in national
Yes.
politics, the level of energy and cooperation they put in their business for national politics. Because what the vice president said yesterday was something that I felt shouldn't have been said at all. Being leader of a country, this is party politics. Party politics is different from national politics, because when you talk of party politics, you talk of interest of your party. But when you talk of national politics, you talk of the interest of the nation. The six geopolitical zone, their interest, you put it first. You don't just come to an event and say that because all the governors are now in your party, the region now have an opportunity to become, will now be in mainstream, in mainstream politics. I think that is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. So I don't know if there's any other thing that you want to add so that
I've said
we can
most
wrap
of
up.
we
Yeah.
have said most of the things. I've said most of the things.
Okay. Lagos, this is 6 minutes gone past the hour of 10 o'clock. This is the breakfast show on Overt Radio. We are moving forward to that stage where we'll call it a day here in the breakfast show on Overt Radio. Very soon, after the short musical break, we'll be coming in with family matters. We'll be discussing more about families. Yesterday we talked about relationship. Now we'll be talking about families. And after that, after the family matter, we have business matters. We'll be reviewing our guest yesterday, the things that he told us, the things that he did in
Recap
ensuring,
of it, yeah.
to cap it off. So Lagos, we're going for a quick music break, and when we return, the breakfast show here on Overt Radio continues. Thank you.